Hey again, everybody. Um, so it's like almost 1 in the morning for me right now. I can't sleep super well. Um, I have just been kind of thinking about it. Well, I guess what got me up to make a video or to record this, because I was planning on not making something until the morning or until the afternoon, but I wanted to just kind of get these thoughts out now because um, so I was laying in bed, uh, you know, uh, looking around my room, this room that I pretty much grew up in. A lot of very important things happened in my life. While this was my main room, while this was home. Um, and now I'm kind of making a new home, where I live now. But I was just kind of thinking about how quiet it is here, and how you know, back at college, back at my busy life, that quiet is hard to find. And so I was laying in bed uh, just now, and I was listening to music. I was just listening to my liked playlist on Spotify. It was just, you know, um, listening to kind of old music that I used to listen to. And I think I'd mentioned this in a different, well, I had written about this in my journal, because I did the same thing like 2 weeks ago. And I was listening to a couple songs that I was really into when this was my room in high school. And even though it's really not that long ago in the grand, it's only a few years ago in the grand scheme of things, um, I don't know. It made me a little sad, made me nostalgic. Um, but I was like, man, dude, like it's almost 1 a.m. Like I should be trying to sleep. Um, and so I paused the music, took out my headphones, and just silence, absolute silence. And there's just this kind of, peaceful stillness here. Um, and I can hear it right now. Like I have nothing else. I mean, I have my headphones on, so the noise cancellation is helping. But, um, it's really quiet. And so what I was thinking about was, what do I think about when it's quiet? Where does my mind immediately go when it's quiet? Who am I when the noise is gone? And sometimes I don't really like who I am when there's no noise. I don't really like where my mind goes. Um, I don't really like what I do. Like, and it's hard to admit that. And I'm kind of facing that right now. And, it's very much a thing of what do you do when nobody's looking? When nobody's, when, because we all think everybody is tracking our every move, and they're not really, but, you act differently when you're aware that other people are aware of you, you know? But when that's not happening, when it's just you, and it's just your thoughts, where does your mind go? And so I've just been reflecting on this a lot, and I was writing in my journal just like an hour or so ago. Just kind of writing about everything that's happened so far during break. Writing about the party that I went to with my friends. Well, not went to, but had with my friends. Wrote about different things that have happened, people that I've spoken to so far over break, who I've been in contact the most with, and kind of the overall feeling it is of being home for a little while. And I have that kind of nagging feeling that I kind of mentioned in my video, the day before yesterday now, of like, I have these things coming up I have a new schedule. I've got this life I have to go back to when I go back to college, and uh, who am I gonna be? You know, and these questions are just welling up, and I'm writing things down, trying to get it out as best I can, but they stay, and they come back up when there is no noise, and when it's just my thoughts. And it's also very windy here right now, so like I don't know if you'll be able to hear it on the microphone, but things are squeaking outside. I can hear things moving around. Branches of a tree are hitting my window. But even with that wind, it's still a lot quieter than kind of my apartment, back at college, because I've got cars going by, all that stuff. And so yeah, so kind of an eerie thing, but also very very sobering thing, when you have no noise, and it kind of catches you off guard because your brain isn't being stimulated by anything. The only thing to stimulate your brain is your thoughts. So, yeah. So not really like I guess this video is just me reflecting on that, and trying to figure out why I'm thinking about the things I am, and what I can do to kind of untangle that, you know, and figure out, kind of to taking the time that I have left for break to kind of prepare for who I'm going to be next year. And, it's going to be a different sound, to use that metaphor. It's going to be a different sound next year. And who you are in the silence is going to be the sound that you make to other people. So, thinking on that makes you, reflect on the person that you are to yourself versus the person that you display to other people. And, I think a big one for me when it comes to that sort of thing is, like, I'll say I'm into certain things, because that's what other people want to hear. And I am into those, on like a surface level. But when it's just me, I'm probably doing something else, And, kind of those white lies, kind of those, like, people pleaser, attributes. And when you're striving to be somebody that is completely truthful, completely transparent, cutting those things out is hard. And being completely honest, like when somebody shares something with you, or is like trying to, like asking if you're into this same thing that they're into, and maybe you know a little bit about it, but you're not super into it, but like you'll say, oh yeah, and you're not really into it, but and not that that's a bad thing, you should be an agreeable person, but just the degree that you take that to, and kind of being careful with that. And yeah, so I'm saying all these things while there is literally no noise. I'm only hearing my breaths and the words I'm saying, which is weird, but I think it's necessary, and it's important to have these moments, So yeah, I'm not really getting at any specific moral or point here, but I guess reflecting on who you are in those times, and in times like this, like I am. And yeah, so, but keeping it positive, and trying to be positive in those moments and those introspective feelings is not an easy task, but just got to be better every day. Something every day to be better. And I've kind of been slipping on that with like running and stuff, because I haven't ran. Well, I went on a run. Yeah, last night, so Christmas night, and it was so windy here, so it sucked. It was like 20 degrees outside, and I didn't run that far. But since I had skipped a couple of days running, I felt it, and I felt like, man, I'm kind of out of shape. even though it's only been a couple days. And so this is a kind of reminder to discipline and consistency and stuff. And so yeah, but should be warmer tomorrow, and I'll get a good run in then for sure. And then did a little bit of lifting today. So yeah, but yeah, thinking about those quiet moments and appreciating them, but also reflect on who you are in them. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about. But that'll be all for now. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.